Hold up, I ain't trying to stump, man, but the Yeezys jumped over the jump, man. I be in and out of arenas like I'm Scottie Pippen. Left my elbow in the pot, a la Vince Carter.
Bitch, you weren't with me shooting in the gym?
James Harden with the range on me, nigga, way back.
Coach, they won't knock me off my pivot, get it.
Been flowing stupid since Vince Carter was on some through the legs arm and a hoop shit.
And you can live through anything if magic made it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, now you do.
Yes, sir. We are back. Lovers of the Association, this is your guy, Marcellus Ease. Round of applause for yourselves. We got a few topics for today, man. Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. Is he exposing the refs, man? He made a nice little comment about the refs. They can't kick me out this game. Ant-Man going crazy, though, having a great start to the season. We're going to talk about SGA getting caught up with one of these crypto scammers, man. He got random people coming up to his home, asking him for money. It's kind of a scary situation. And we'll touch base on LeBron James reflecting back on his Miami Heat days. The GOAT kind of making it known that no matter what, whether he was in Miami or not, he would still be the same LeBron James of today. And finally, we'll touch base with the fit god himself, aka the #1 sneakerhead in the NBA, PJ Tucker, as he reflects on his influences and how he got to be at the place that he is today, for being recognized of having originality and style in an era of copycats and followers. Now, every season, officiating is always brought up by the fans, the players, the coaches, guys getting fined over criticizing officials through the media, and sometimes certain comments go by that you just got to look back and you're like, huh? Fans always have been skeptics, especially when it comes to the way refs officiate star players. Usually things that are in their favor, their whistles are always out. But anything where the star player kind of goes overboard, the whistles are usually tucked in. It's almost like the officials almost ref the player, not the actual play. And we tend to see this kind of fall out when Team USA goes out and plays overseas, where the referees tend to officiate the game and not the player. But Anthony Edwards spoke on this after his masterful performance against the Boston Celtics, where he picked up his 5th foul in the 4th quarter with about 11 minutes left, and the game went into overtime. And Ant-Man spoke with a lot of confidence when he spoke about how the refs would officiate him the rest of the way, as he was putting a show throughout that whole game. You guys check it out.
Counting overtime, you had 13 minutes with 5 fouls out there. And yet you were still really aggressive scoring and pretty aggressive on defense. What's your mindset on that? Do you edit yourself a little bit in the back of your mind?
They don't want to see me foul out. that's how I was looking at it. I'm telling Finchie, like, if they foul me out, and that's on them. I feel like they don't want to see me foul out, so I still was playing aggressive.
And I'm not gonna lie, Ant-Man is on point with that. He was putting on a show, and to take him out of that game, whew, it would have killed the entertainment value completely. And once again, the league this season, Adam Silver has even said out of his own mouth that he's bringing a lot of focus back to the game itself. And with the league about to approach the negotiation table with their TV partners, and they can potentially almost 10x their TV deal, they got to come to the table with a real entertaining product. And who knows, Ant-Man probably took advantage of this. It's like, they don't want me out of this game. I'm killing right now. So interesting dynamics here. But at the end of the day, we've always known that the refs always ref the player, not the actual play. And me, myself, from experience, I've been to a few games where star players got whistles at the end of the game. And basically, I'm not going to lie, the games I went to, they ended in free throws, which kind of left a salty taste in my mouth about my overall experience. I mean, just going to 2 games almost back to back where they end off of free throws because the refs decide to give a star player a little ticky-tack foul. It overall brings down the entertainment side of the product. At the end of the day, the NBA is an entertainment product, and the business model has been proven to work effectively when stars are on the court. So Canada's own Shai Gilgeous-Alexander purchased a $8 million waterfront property in Ontario, Canada, and he kept having random people come up to his house asking for Aiden Platersky, and come to find out he was a self-proclaimed crypto king that actually defrauded over 150 investors. And this not only put Shai's life at risk, but it could have cost him his life because this self-proclaimed crypto king ended up getting kidnapped. That's how badly he defrauded some of these investors. Has come to find out after he filed for bankruptcy that he only invested 1% of their money, and he spent most of the cash on luxury cars, houses, and just showing off on social media. But ever since the downfall of FTX, we've seen a few athletes get actually caught up with these crypto schemes. Stephen Curry, Tom Brady, Shaq, and some of the NBA teams even, like the Miami Heat, I believe they had an endorsement deal with FTX. And a few other franchises as well in the NFL. So SGA purchased this waterfront property for $8 million, and it was never disclosed to him once that there were people and incidents happening at this residence. And the only reason they found out is because his girlfriend had called the police about it, and the police actually looked through their files and let them know that there was numerous incidents reported at that address. And there was even an incident in which the property was almost lit on fire. So they had just a bunch of random people coming up to the house asking for their money. This really could have went left quick, as a self-proclaimed crypto king himself ended up getting kidnapped.
We begin with an update in a case involving Ontario's self-proclaimed crypto king. CBC News has received a video of Aiden Platursky visibly beaten and apologizing for losing investors' money. We've also learned 5 men are charged with kidnapping him. This comes during a bankruptcy case that's trying to find more than $40 million given to Platursky to invest.
And that $40 million is just from a few investors. It's rumored that he has over 150 people looking to get their money back from him. But the fact that some of the investors was willing to go this route as far as kidnapping him and torturing him, there's no telling what they could have done to SGA and his girlfriend while they were staying at that residence. But it's unfortunate that you spend that much amount of money on a property and there's so much lack of transparency. And I don't know how it is in Canada, but in the States here, depending on what part of the country you live in, if the ownership of a property is behind an LLC, they don't really have to reveal the names. They could just reveal the entity instead. So that kind of leaves a lot of secrecy, even though some people could be spending over $20 million on a property. And this lack of transparency could have had SGA either kidnapped or even worse come to worse, knock on wood, he could have ended up losing his life. And this story could have took a complete left turn involving an NBA superstar. But ever since the 2020 pandemic, when a lot of people were in their homes and a lot of stimulus was given out, of course, and from influencers to celebrities to athletes, a lot of people was hopping on the crypto craze. And the largest fraud being that FTX exchange, where the founder ended up getting charged on all 7 counts of fraud. And he could be facing up to 100 years, just life in prison. But yeah, the story is definitely crazy because once again, SGA only found out about the multiple incidents happening at the property because the police informed him of it. So right now he's in a lawsuit with the previous seller of not disclosing on that information. But once again, the fact that you could spend $8 million on an industry like real estate and just have lack of transparency, which could end up costing you your life. That is a crazy conundrum to be in. And someone with the access just to lose $40 million just coming up to your house asking for it, man, they really have the means to do anything. And I mean anything. But I don't know what I would do if I lost $40 million to someone just stunting on the gram, showing off his cars, and just taking lavish vacations. Once again, this guy only invested 1% of the money that he was given. 1% of the money, and it ended up getting Platursky kidnapped and held up for ransom. Who the hell were they asking the money for? I guess desperate times equals desperate measures, but this story definitely would have been crazy had it somehow involved the NBA superstar getting held up for ransom instead. So during the Lakers shoot around right before their matchup against Miami, LeBron James was asked about Heat culture and to reflect on his time in Miami and what it meant to him. Now, before we get to his comments, I just want to say this. Besides him not being present for D Wade's Hall of Fame speech, a few things as of recent have came into light. D Wade speaking to Shannon Sharpe on his show about how him and LeBron didn't speak on his Miami exit until D Wade had went to Cleveland and played over there, which was interesting enough. I'll leave that link in the description. Also, LeBron not being present in D Wade's Hall of Fame speech, which took place in August during the offseason, It's not like LeBron was playing in the Olympics or anything. All we know about this LeBron exit from Miami from the outside looking in is that he had Pat Riley and D Wade fly all the way to Las Vegas just to find out they're not going to re-sign with them, even though he already knew in advance he was going back to Cleveland. But fast forward to today, LeBron James right now in his career, he's at the phase where he's trying to craft his legacy. What does it mean? What really happened? And he's going to speak on his time in Miami. And he's going to leave a lot of things kind of out there in the open for you to interpret. You guys check it out, and every once in a while, I'll check in.
I think I would still be at this level no matter if I would have came here or not. Let's not get it twisted. The 4 years I was here, it was amazing. I loved everything about it. Loved this franchise. This franchise is top tier. It's one of the best franchises in the world. But as far as my career was going to be my career as far as individually, because I know how much I put into the game and I know how much I strive to be as great as I can be. But as far as what I was able to learn here was second to none, that's for sure. I came here for one reason and one reason only, and that was to win championships. That was my only goal. That was the only reason I teamed up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Because I felt like I couldn't do it in Cleveland. We couldn't. I tried to recruit guys to come to Cleveland. I tried to go and help the upstairs, and it wasn't happening. So I had an opportunity to be a free agent, so I did what I thought was best, not only for my career, but for me at that point in time.
Now, there's nothing wrong with what he said, but he just left these two comments right here wide open for interpretation.
I think I would still be at this level no matter if I would have came here or not. Let's not get it twisted. The 4 years I was here, it was amazing. But as far as my career was going to be my career as far as individually, because I know how much I put into the game and I know how much I strive to be as great as I can be.
First of all, when he says my career would have been my career individually, some people count championships as part of that. So that's left wide open for interpretation. And his other comment, he still thinks that he'll be at the same level no matter if he was in Miami or not. I'm surprised none of the reporters asked him to further elaborate on what he means by that. I'm pretty sure right after LeBron retires, we'll find out more of what really happened with the Miami Heat and how their era truly ended, what went on behind the scenes. Because best believe things were very rocky, especially in the beginning of this relationship. As Kendrick Perkins right here gives you insight on LeBron James having issues with possibly the best coach he's ever had in the NBA, Eric Spoelstra.
No, it wasn't about the teammates. I think it was about LeBron learning how to complete the mission. And the Miami Heat and the culture actually holding him accountable, right? Like, I don't know if you heard the story of, like, you know, him and Eric Spoelstra, right? They didn't see eye to eye the first time, you know, the first year that LeBron was there. Eric Spoelstra, like, called him into his office and was like, "You got a fucking problem with me?" He was like, "Here, you got a problem with me?" And he had Pat Riley's number written on the board. He was like, "Call him right fucking now if you got a problem with me." And, like, he kind of established, like, I'm gonna hold you accountable like everyone else, and I'm gonna get the best out of you. That's when I actually started seeing LeBron James take a leap of actually playing defense and defending, not chase down blocks. We knew about those. I'm talking about actually defending, sinking and filling, rebounding, doing the little things that matter. And I think he learned and he got the recipe from the Heat, and he took that on, along with him after he won. You know, he got the growth, he got the knowledge from Dwayne Wade and Udonis Haslem, you know, and Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley. And I think that's what made him into the player that he is today.
And that kind of binding LeBron James into a system where he kind of fits in like everyone else. You see, the fact that LeBron's from Akron, Ohio, and in Cleveland, he kind of had that issue where he was a big fish in a small pond. They kind of cater around him very well, a little bit too much, as he would have a lot of say-so in a situation like that. But when you go to an actual system that you're binded to, the same way Phil Jackson binded Michael Jordan to a system, same way he criticized Kobe and binded him into a system until Kobe started winning again in 09, 010. Those players didn't reach the highest levels until they started playing within that framework. And I think LeBron James, if he stayed in Cleveland, he just would have never been used to playing with a certain standard and accountability. And at times, I think the Miami Heat were fighting just to kind of temper down that big fish in a small pond mentality that he had in Cleveland. Because right here with Pat Riley, you'll see it's definitely come out in LeBron and how slick he was in trying to get Eric Spoelstra fired.
They just said, we're not feeling it, or something like that, Pat Riley told Thompson. We talked about the typical things that we have to do, have patience and all of that stuff. And I remember LeBron looking at me, and he said, don't you ever get the itch? I said, the itch for what? He said, the itch to coach again? I said, no, I don't have the itch. He didn't ask any more questions, and I didn't offer any more answers. But I know what it meant, and I always go back and wonder about what he was thinking at that time. He walked out scratching his leg like it was itching.
That passive aggressiveness from LeBron James. LeBron is very calculated because even just walking out still scratching himself, he threw it out there where he could just say, hey, I wasn't talking about Spoelstra getting fired. I was really itching myself. Like, LeBron James is he's a very calculated guy, man. I mean, just look how he left Cleveland the second time with the I Promise School. He made sure that that was set up in time for him to go to Los Angeles and then say, hey, look, I have the I Promise School. It's already set up. We're going to have this whole rollout for me to leave Cleveland. But at the end of the day, the same very calculated mind of LeBron James left very open-ended statements when talking about Heat culture and how it impacted his career. He kind of left it open to make it seem like, Miami was cool, but either way, I would have still been LeBron James, the 4-time NBA champion, 4-time MVP, etc., etc. But it'll be very interesting to hear more on the dynamics that played out with Miami. Similar to when Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green retired, to hear about the dynamics that played out with the Golden State Warriors, especially with Kevin Durant. But going back to the Miami Heat, when it comes to the impact on LeBron James's career, just D-Wade taking a step back and letting LeBron James come to Miami and just take over. Let's just put it into proper perspective that D-Wade was Mr. Miami, Mr. Wade County himself. For him to take a step back and let LeBron James shine in Miami, LeBron James owes a huge debt to D-Wade. Similar to how Michael Jordan has his stories of him battling Isaiah Thomas to go up to the next level as champion, even though he didn't face him in the finals. But when Michael Jordan spoke on The Last Dance, before he got over the mountaintop, Isaiah Thomas was the person he faced. That's the way he told the story. And when you look back at the career of LeBron James, those Miami Heat years brought out a brand new LeBron James that was more ruthless, more cerebral, more calculated. And just like Kendrick Perkins said, he actually was responsible for executing on his mission. So just getting around the culture of basketball, and something that we all love, the kicks, the fashion, the style, and just a lot of the other subcultures surrounding fashion. Every once in a while, you get an anomaly. And PJ Tucker, man, when I say he is a sneaker king, I've never seen an NBA player in game play with such heat on his feet. I mean, I'm surprised some of the soles are not cracking on these vintage shoes that he's wearing. From Off-White to Travis Scott to Red October Yeezys. And Tucker even getting player edition shoes that not even the player that it was designed for even got him. I mean, I've never seen this before, but Tucker kind of talked about where did his style come from and how it originated. As when he was drafted, he actually spent 2 years in the league and then he went overseas for 5 years. And then he eventually made his way back onto the league, but he had to work his way up the roster. He was about the 15th man on the roster, but he worked his way up. But you guys hear from the shoe god himself, and every once in a while, I'll check in.
And it's crazy now, like going back and going to Fashion Week and stuff. Like when I was there and going and doing it, it was like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. And the opportunities and stuff have come from that. It's like I would have never dreamed it. I never thought it would happen. Totally different, bro. Totally different. That really
changed you from
changed
Raleigh, North
everything.
Carolina.
Right.
So
right.
go
No,
from there,
it totally changed. Like going over there, for sure. I remember when I was playing in Greece.
Greece is like that too.
Greece is
Beautiful.
definitely like that. It was at Thessaloniki, bro. Love, 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 love. There's a guy, he was like a janitor for the arena, right? like we practiced at the arena that we played in. And every day, like I would get there early. I'll go because I'm a coffee guy, so I'll go get my coffee, sit out, and Greece is like people watching, sitting out. Oh, it's like crazy. Yeah. And the Salonique is on the water, so I would like go out to the beach, have my coffee. And some days I get the price early. And this man that was a janitor, he wore suits to be a janitor to work every single day. When I tell you he was fly, like bro, and he's a janitor. He didn't have a lot, but he would like mix and match. And I used to love coming to see how he was going to switch his fit up, bro. I thought it was the dopest thing ever. But he would like have his like blaze, like his jacket with different pants. He would flip flop them like with different matchups. Bro, I swear, every single day he wore a suit, bro. I swear.
So every time you go to the tunnel, you think about that. Bro, like, bro, if he's getting jiggy, I got to go crazy. That's hard, bro.
I think about him every single time, bro. I swear. This is like 2008, 9, like 2008.
That's dope.
Every day, bro. And I would be in my locker, and he'll walk in, and I always mess with him, but I really, like, admired him. Like, he was, like, it was dope. Like, he was a janitor, bro, and he would put on clothes every day.
And not only does it show you can get your inspiration from anywhere, you don't have to be all dripped out in designer to have some swag. But shout out to PJ for even noticing the janitor's style, because for a lot of people, especially on his level, that would have went over their heads. And one thing I noticed about a lot of journeymen throughout the league, their level of perception is a lot higher. This is probably why they make for better coaches. You don't really see a superstar player who's become one of the best coaches in the NBA. You don't see that at all. It tends to be the journeymen. And it might have to do with their level of appreciation for the small things.
One question I've been wanting to ask, like from the get-go, how you've turned Nike's thinking into how they sign guys, right? So you were one of the first guys to get like, it was a big deal about your Nike deal.
Yes.
And like you started getting your PEs because you were all retro.
Yes.
Talked about that process and how that came. You talked about Nico, but then I have a follow-up question to that. Like, how was that Nike process?
If you're not an all-star, you're not getting PEs, right?
You ain't getting nothing. No money. You ain't getting nothing.
You're not getting a check, and you're not getting. You're gonna get like some playoff.
Don't forget
bonus.
your shoes.
Yeah.
You might have to buy your own shoes. You get 10,000 in merch,
and you're gonna wear what they want you to wear. Like, it's like for real. So that switch was crazy because not even like the backlash, but you're gonna get some hate. Like, like how listen, bro. Like my name was in meetings, like. Where dudes like dudes telling their reps how PJ got these, I ain't get these, right? And that was like a thing. Like Jordan,
they drop everything.
I will say, like in our locker room, dudes are showing love.
And it'd be a lot of love, more love than anything.
I'm like, yo, this is dope,
bro. Like literally, that's the first time like I played Kawhi like all these like a bunch of years, and we never said a word to each other. I guard him every time. He's never said a word to me. And one night I forgot what I wore that game. In San Antonio, bro, and we on the free throw line, and we both like leaned over. It was a good game, and he's like, we like lean like this, and he on the box. He like looked at me. He's like, "Yo, those are dope." Bro, it's the first thing he ever said to me ever, bro. I swear, I just burst out laughing, though. He was talking about some shoes. I was like, "Yo, this is crazy."
Yeah. What was the craziest pair you think you ever wore on the court? Or your favorite?
Probably.
That's tough.
That is tough, but I'll just say, just for the story, the Sean Marion fives that he never got. Jordan, he was a free agent.
Yeah.
Jordan had made them, Sean Marion, some Jordan fives with his number on them, with the Phoenix colors. Crazy.
I had some Quentin Richardsons.
Because Q was
right.
Q was 60, 50
He was 15. I was squeezing in
Chicago, bro. You show love.
He showed love.
And with the player edition shoes, I'm wondering how PJ even gets them, because the sample size, it used to be a size 9 only. When they made samples, that was the size it was. But the fact that he keeps getting sample sizes in his size, which I'm pretty sure is bigger than a size 9, there's something to be said about that. Remember, PJ Tucker is a role player. It's not like the league is promoting him the same way they are for other superstars, but just his natural love for just his drip and the way he wore it. It not only garnered attention from the fans, but also the players themselves. And goddamn, it made players who even had deals get jealous asking their reps.
Q, my dog. Shout out to Q, dog. But he never got him though. So he ended up signing back with Nike. So he never got the shoes, but they made them. And I think it's like 3 or 4 pair out like in existence. And I got both colorways of them.
And then he's got those purple Yeezys, right?
Oh yeah,
those are crazy.
the cheetahs.
Is there a secret to this, or how do you be finding some of these shoes?
Everybody,
if
bro,
it's a secret, don't tell us.
On my way here, somebody's like, "Yo, BJ, let me get the plug." Like, I don't got a plug. Because I have friends. It's just now like,
oh yeah, you built the network.
It's been so many years, so I know the dudes,
the ghost,
that y'all like that people will never know.
Yeah.
You'll never know this dude. Like the main guy I get a lot of shoes from. Nobody will ever know who he is. Like,
and PJ right here is about to expose how much of a sneakerhead he is, because I used to be on the same tip, and I have a connect where I got 2 pairs of Yeezys easy, and this is before the price went up. So I just threw the money at it, and even before I got to wear the second colorway, the price jumped up so high I ended up just selling them. But at the end of the day, there's guys out there that they have real connects to the shoes, and that's really off the strength and love. And these guys are not even trying to be famous at all, but you have to really be a sneakerhead and dig deep into the online forums and websites. But right here, you're about to see how deep PJ Tucker is into the whole sneaker culture. And this is straight out of love. Because other players, they just really just call up one person, a Nike rep, or someone that they know is close to it, or a boyfriend or girlfriend of a rep, and they try to get the shoes. And the only reason they want to get the shoes is because they see that it's real popular and the attention that it gets.
Just is a normal, the regularest guy you ever seen in your life.
I had one of those. He wore 16. I forgot where he lived at. He's in Texas now. He lives in Dallas. I think his name's Terrence. It's my man. And we were the same shoe size. And he was always finding Oregon colorways, like for Oregon University. He's always finding them in 16s.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw a gem out there. If you guys want to meet any of these sneaker connects, just go to any sneaker convention in the local city that you're in. They have them. It's on the online forums. They have them every once in a while. There's a few Instagram accounts, but when you go to those meetings, look at the tables and you'll see certain people with a lot of heat. Those tend to be the guys to get the connection from. It's not really a Nike rep or just you figure a player would have an inside connection. It's not really those guys. There's guys literally getting the shoes straight out the factory. That's how deep their connects go.
Just look out for him. He's like, they'll throw me a couple of dollars. I can get 2 pair. Like, I got the 9 all black Nubucks, the Oregon ones.
Right.
But like, it was a football player's shoes. So he beat him up a little bit, but I got some of them. And so I understand what you're saying. Like, you just build the network.
Bro, it's like over time of being like early on, being on Nike Talk, on like the blogs and stuff.
Talk,
like,
damn, dude said Nike Talk. Wow, I haven't heard that shit in years. That's crazy. An NBA player with all those Nike reps, Adidas reps, all those connections, he's still on the forums. Someone like that who's connected, he's on the forums. That's straight out of love.
Really, like, these dudes like my lifelong friends. Like, I've known these dudes like a long time. Like, it ain't even like dead ass. So even early on, before like this boom of like everybody wanting sneakers and all that.
And that boom comes from Instagram. Instagram changed the sneaker game a lot. A lot of people, they just seen what kind of likes and shares that other people got, and they really like the shoes because of that. But Instagram or just social media in general, they changed the whole sneaker game for sure. A lot of people who are not really into the shoes, they're in the game now. And it's sort of mainstream. It's a lot more mainstream than what it used to be. What is PJ Tucker? I believe he's 38. Yeah, so earlier on in his younger years, sneaker collecting was not a mainstream thing. That definitely was a niche in itself.
These dudes like right now, he could shut the internet down. Like literally shut it down. Like kill me. Like I have nothing on him like at all.
Wow.
He has 300 or 400 followers. Like nobody knows him. I'm telling you, bro. It's the wildest thing ever. Deadass. And he like it's cool with that. Like he don't want no like he ain't like that. He just loves sneakers and he's my age and he's been doing it forever. Like you know what I'm saying? And he got insides on a bunch of wild ways of getting shoes. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? This is part of the culture. Like it's the real culture.
That's what's up.
And when he says part of the real culture, he means the online culture of sneaker collecting. Before it became a little bit more mainstream, people used to actually look for their size for months before even finding it. Now, if someone decides to be a sneakerhead today, they could pretty much collect any shoe they want in their size right away.
where you want to take it next for yourself? Do you want to do your own brand? Have you ever thought about making your own shoe? Like, is there something where when you're done, you like forget coaching? I want to go to Nike and be a creative director. I want to start PJ's Kicks. Like, you can do basically anything because you have the wave.
Yes.
So what's something that you really think about? And when it comes down to it, do you ever get tired of feeling like they done piggybacked you?
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a dead end in sneakers. And low key, you're keeping it alive.
Yes.
And when Nike comes and gets you, it's not because
Kanye
want to. They're saved.
Kanye brought Jordans back
for sure.
Yeah, for real. He kept them like nobody's talking about that. But what you've done for basketball, they changed the NBA rule
for you.
Like you can only wear 51% white, 51% black.
I used to hate.
And then now you can go crazy.
You just go crazy, and that that alone, man, that feat was crazy because that killed me for years.
You're right,
dog.
right.
I used to be so
cut out 60-70%. So
for sure. So I don't know. Like I'm really, bro, and I say this and it may sound a little crazy, but I don't know. Like whatever opportunity comes, and I think that it's the next step and the next move, but I don't chase any there's no collaboration or something I'm chasing. It's just that makes sense. I'll do that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I like it like that, to be organic and to be somebody that want to do something with me, and they come and we have a organic relationship. We yo, let's do something together. That makes sense. Cool. But I don't have a next step because I don't want my own brand necessarily. I will never have my own shoe because I literally was just talking to him about it. I'm not wearing the same shoes 2 days in a row. I feel bad for dudes with signature shoes. You gotta wear that shoe. Man, it's my shoe, but maybe I don't want to wear these today. I don't. But you gotta wear your shoe.
And what makes PJ an anomaly is that in this day and age, most people are just followers. Literally, in social media, you follow someone, the styles, the trends, everyone's pretty much a copycat. It's rare to see someone have their own style. With PJ, it's not just about the sneakers. It's about the way he wears his clothes. You could tell he has his own style, and it's influenced from his experiences. So he's pretty much one of one, which is really rare because nowadays, from even the females, a lot of ladies are wearing the same Kylie Jenner makeup look, that little duck face Instagram look. Everyone has sort of the same look. It's some strange shit going on. It's some get out shit going on out here, but I mean, it's not just the ladies, even the guys. All the rappers have the same look. Just the choker chain. It's just everyone has the same haircut, the same style, the same look, the same tattoos. The shit is weird. It's a weird era that we're in right now, but I believe that's why PJ stands out so much, because they know that his style, his look, his feel, everything is organic. It's organically him. He's not giving you a copycat version of something that was already pre-made. And that's a rarity now in the age of social media and just everyone following each other and everyone looking at the same timeline, the same algorithm.
There's monetary value behind
it. Of course, but I don't. See, for me, I don't care. The money, bro. We're good.
I got you.
We make a lot of money, but we're good.
Respect.
It's a lot of money, but I don't want to wear. My shoes matter that much to me.
And money does not buy style. Most importantly, money does not buy style. You see a lot of people wearing designer name brand shirts. Some of them are ugly as shit. Money does not buy style. Some of the best designer clothes are the ones with no name brands on them. Low key.
Thought about making your own shoe? Is there something where when you're done, you forget coaching? I want to go to Nike and be a creative director. I want to start PJ's Kicks. You can do basically anything because you have the wave.
Yes.
So what's something that you really think about? And when it comes down to it, do you ever get tired of feeling like they done piggybacked you?
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a dead end in sneakers, and low key, you're keeping it alive.
Yes.
And when Nike comes and gets you, it's not because
Kanye
want to. They're saved.
Kanye brought Jordans back
for sure.
Yeah. For real. He kept them nobody's talking about that. But what you've done for basketball, they changed the NBA rule
for you.
You can only wear 51% white, 51% black.
I used to hate.
And then now you can go crazy.
You just go crazy, and that alone, man, that feat was crazy because that killed me for years.
You're right,
dog.
right.
I used to be so
cut out 60-70%. So
for sure. So I don't know. I'm really, bro, and I say this and it may sound a little crazy, but I don't know. Whatever opportunity comes, and I think that it's the next step and the next move, but I don't chase any there's no like collaboration or like something I'm chasing. It's just like that makes sense. I'll do that. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. And I like it like that, to be organic and to be like somebody that want to do something with me, and they come and we have a organic relationship. We like, yo, let's do something together. Like that.
And then you both also bring something to the table to that collaboration. A lot of these guys are just bringing their name and their brand. That's about it. They're not bringing no ideas, no influences, nothing.
It's like cool, but like I don't have like a next step in, because I don't want my own brand necessarily. I will never have my own shoe, because I literally was just talking to him about it. I'm not wearing the same shoes 2 days in a row. Like I feel bad for dudes with signature shoes. Like you gotta wear that shoe. Like, I mean, it's my shoe, but maybe I don't want to wear these today. Like I don't. But you gotta wear your shoe.
If there's monetary value behind
it. Of course, but I don't. See, for me, I don't care. Like I don't. The money, bro. We're good.
I got
like,
you.
We make a lot of money, but we're good. Like
respect.
It's a lot of money, but I don't want to wear. Like my shoes matter that much to me. Like the shoes on my feet. Like what I'm wearing, it matters that much to me. Like I care about what I'm wearing in this game, even if I'm shooting one time.
So this is my last question. This is my last question. How much does comfort come into the decision making of what shoes you wear on the court?
Oh, that's a good one, and that is like being 18 years, 38 years old now. It matters now.
Yeah, that's a great question I've always had for PJ, watching him playing some Air Jordan 3s and just some old school, just Jordans overall, Jordan 1s. I know those are not comfortable at all. No offense to Jordan Brand, but some of their shoes are just not basketball shoes. They're nice to wear to like the club or the lounge, but they are not good shoes to play basketball in. Those things are stiff as fuck.
Like I wear my P's a lot more now for sure. Like I don't go as crazy as I used to. Like before, when you young, dog, like I could switch out 6 times in one game, no insoles. Like I was like grimy with it. Like
damn, no insoles. Playing an NBA game in some Jordan 3s sound crazy. I'm surprised some of the cracks on the outer soles or the shoes just overall just don't start cracking, especially with those bubbles, man. I don't know. It's not ironic that Zion Williams busted out one of his shoes, but I'm not sure if that was a Jordan Brand shoe, but it wouldn't shock me. But Jordan 4s, 3s, 5s, man, and some of the vintage ones PJ was rocking, I don't know. I'm surprised those even lasted 1 quarter.
Didn't matter. Now I'm putting them insoles in.
You start
if
feeling
they
not,
corn
come on, you
not doing that.
That's why I was saying, man, I worked out. I told this trainer like, yo, I'm on vacation, and I didn't bring any shoes, but I got these 3s, and I'm knowing my feet.
Oh shit, there go them 3s again.
So I'm just trying to get a quick light workout in. I just want to see the ball go on the hoop, get some shots, and I had never worked out with this trainer. This man tried to show me his entire repertoire. I'm dribbling up and down the court, defensive slides, and in the middle of the workout, I'm like, bro, what? Like, I got a pride to me, and then like this is nothing. Bro, my feet are on fire right now. I just told you this.
Hell yeah, man. Them Jordan 3s, even the 4s, those are uncomfortable to play basketball in.
I would never play in a pair of 3s, and every time I saw you playing in 3s, I'm like, no, you said the other kid was batshit crazy? I'm like, this man batshit crazy.
And I thought the same thing. I'm like, damn, PJ playing hell of a defense on KD with them 3s on. That is nuts. Anybody wearing them Jordan 3s and 4s, it's painful, man. It is painful, especially the 4s, man. That leather is thin as fuck.
I actually like 3s, though. I actually like 3s.
Bro, they had my feet toe.
Because they wide. I like 3s.
My joints was just like, well, I'm like a 16 and a half
on
the court. So if I'm wearing a 16, I can practice in them and I can move around, but it's got to be like it's got to be a newer model performance
For
style.
sure. No, I get that. I get that.
Bro, my feet were on fire. Oh, and it's funny because you can wear a pair of shoes in that real time, like 2009, 2010, and it's like the most comfortable shoe I ever wore. But then I got like old shoes I'll put back on and go back outside and hoop, and I'm like, man, these ain't comfortable because I'm just keeping up with the new technology. Like I'm like, dang, this is crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But it's great to hear from the shoe god, and I should say the fit god himself, PJ Tucker. In a world of just everyone being kind of copycat and everyone stuck on these algorithms where sometimes it kind of dumbs down everyone's ideas of just their individuality, it's great to see someone shine out like PJ, and he's definitely killing it with the drip. And your personal drip should always be off of your own personal tastes and your influences throughout your own life, as that cannot be put in an algorithm and it can never be some copy and paste shit. But you guys definitely check out the description below, hit up the mailbag, leave me your questions, your statements, and I'll definitely feature as a segment on the show. And until next time, you fellas stay safe. Peace.